and good afternoon. Welcome to another AM Language live video. As you can see, during lockdown, I can't get my hair cut. So my hair is I really do look like Frodo Baggins at the moment. Nonetheless, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a lovely day. It's a fantastic day outside. The sun is out. So that's always a good start. Right, let's see. We're just going to share today's video so more people can join. And we shall begin. Okay, great. Okay, so let's begin. Edward 8 says, hi, Richard. Hi, Edward 8. LVS Com, hello, Richard. How are you? LVS Com, lovely to see you. And yes, I'm doing well, thank you. Maria says, good afternoon, Richard. How are you? I am doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. How are you guys doing? Let me know. Erdogan says, hello, Richard. How are you? I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. How are you guys, though? Are you doing well? Are you having a good day? Alejandra says, hi. Hello, Alejandra. Nice to see you. Thank you for the email. I got that email. Okay, so thank you very much. Erdogan says, I'm well, thanks. Excellent. Well, I'm glad to see and glad to hear you're well. I hope everyone is having a good day. I would say that today you're doing really well, Maria. Excellent. I'm delighted to hear that you're doing well. Walter, hola, amigo. Que tengas un buen día. Okay. Hello, friend. Have a good day. Yes, I think that's my Spanish. I think I'm correct. Let me know, Walter, if I'm correct. Erdogan says, hello, everybody. Georgia. Georgia. Hello, Georgia. Thank you very much for joining the lesson. Walter says, bravo. Well, yes, thank you. My Spanish is amazing. It really is. My English is up here. And I am not very good at languages. I think the worst language I am at is probably Maltese because I can't speak it. Italian, I'm not very good at Italian, and Spanish, out of Maltese, Italian, and Spanish, I think Spanish might be the best one. No, I don't know, actually. Spanish and Italian, they're about the same. I'm not very good. Alejandra says, thanks. Sandra says, hi, Richard. How are you? I'm very good, thank you. I'm very good, thank you, Sandra. The thing is with languages, though, I mean, it's a good one to start off because we're talking about comparisons. I mean, with Latin-based languages, you can see and hear sort of similar words, and that can sometimes help. Christina, Chris, hello, Chris. Chris, welcome. Lovely to see you on YouTube. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Because with languages like Spanish and Italian, you can hear certain similarities, for example, and adjectives as well with English that can sometimes be the same, and sometimes we can have something called a false friend as well. A false friend. False friend, it's good to know what these are. A false friend is a word that, imagine you've got two words in a language, okay? False friend, okay? Is a word that is similar between two languages, but it has a different meaning. So if you guys could let me know if you have discovered any false friends, let me know. Similar and languages, there we go. Also, for instance, the way we speak as well. So speaking wise, English is what we would call a stress time language, and Spanish, Italian is more syllable time language. So there are interesting differences. The director is watching. Hello, director. Nice to see you, director. I hope you're having a lovely day. Enjoy your cup of tea. So, guys, the lesson is to do with comparison. So we are going to compare. Just remember, before we start comparing, when making a comparison, we are taking an adjective, and we need to think if we need to add the or the more. Okay, so for example, if you have short, the comparison is shorter, so we add the er. If it's a word like easy, and because it has a y, we have to add IER to make easier. Okay, it is easier. If it's a longer word, so if it's a word with 2 syllables, like, or 3 syllables, like, let's go with difficult, okay? Difficult. We have 3 syllables. Then you have to use more or less difficult, okay? So remember that rule. What I'm going to concentrate on are the type of adjectives we want to use. And then as we talk about the different topics, try out, turning the adjectives into a comparison, and I will help you guys in the live chat. So, I mean, a good starting point is the weather. So, for instance, we can say the weather is warmer today. And maybe we want to add than yesterday. So the weather is warmer than yesterday. So I don't know. I haven't been outside. Guys, let me know. Is the weather better? Is the weather better today? Is it warmer? Is it colder? Is it windier? That's a point. Is it windier? So you got windy, windier. Evelina said, hi, what's up? Hello, Evelina. Welcome. We are talking about we're making comparisons. I've just asked the question about the weather. Let me know, do you guys think it's warmer? Is it windier? Is it cooler? Is the weather better today? Let me know what you guys think. And we can also make comparisons as we go along. I listen bad. Is my computer? Yes, I think it is going to be your computer. Make sure your. I mean, if you have headphones, it might be better. In the live chat, guys, if any of you are having difficulty hearing me, let me know. Because if it's more than one person, maybe it's something at my end that I don't know. My volume is maximum. Okay, so yes, so we're going to try and talk about different things, and we are going to try and make comparisons. Evelina, okay, right, you too. So 2 people are saying that they're struggling to hear me. Okay, I've put my volume up to maximum. Okay, so everyone, in the live chat, the director has come out with a very good one. Richard, your hair is much longer and curlier than before. Yes, this is true. And I am now looking like Frodo Baggins. This was not the plan at the start of the lockdown. I knew my hair was going to get long. I was hoping it would turn into, I don't know, maybe Aragon from Lord of the Rings, but now it's more like Frodo Baggins. You are rather crackly. I hope not. Is my voice crackly in terms of I have something in my throat, or is it volume wise? Um, okay, so some people are really struggling to hear me. That should be better anyway. Hmm. Let's see. Right, I'm just going to run a test actually. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, no, my from what I can see, it should be fine. Now better. Okay, great. Okay, maybe it was just my microphone not working very well. Okay, guys. So that's better. Oh, fantastic comparison. Everyone is using a comparison. It's better. It's better. Um, that's better now. Excellent. Well, I'm glad that we've excellent, guys. We've that's the first comparison that we have done. The sound is now better. Excellent. Well, we're off to a great start then. Um, okay, guys. So I'm going to ask you a question, and you guys can tell me and try and use different adjectives, and I will help you out. If you're doing it right, and I will contribute some more ideas. Okay. Maria says she thought it was her headphones. No, don't worry. I think it was mine. Mermet says, hi, Rich. Hi, Rich. Hi, Rich. No, that's me. Hi, Mermet. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's go in with the first question. Okay. Best type of food. What do you think? No, that's a superlative. Sorry. What is better? So we need to compare. Okay, so let's start off with what type of pizza is better? American or Italian style? Okay, now pizza food is always a good starting point for any comparison. And for me, I have to go with Italian. I think the Italian crust, okay, is thinner, and I prefer thinner crust. Georgia says Italian style. I agree, but Georgia, tell me why do you prefer the Italian style? I know you are Italian, so that's a good starting point. But in terms of flavor, so I would say the crust is thinner. It's lighter. For example, yes, Erdogan, I agree. Italian pizza is better. So the crust, so you have the, okay, you make the crust out of something called dough, okay? And the dough, because it's thinner, it's lighter as well. Georgia says pizza margherita. Maria says, in my opinion, Italian pizza is better than American pizza. That's a really good sentence. Well done. Italian is far better and healthier. Yes, I agree. And that's probably because it's a thin crust. LVS.com says, from my point of view, nice. Italian pizza is better than American. Alejandro says, the Italian food. Okay. So you want to put, I know now this is a comparison between languages. In Spanish, I know you can put the noun and then the adjective. But in English, you always have to put the adjective first. So adjective, then food. So Italian food, no article. Italian food is better than American. Yes, and I think it is healthier as well. The crust is thinner. I think the tomato sauce, I don't think it has as much sugar. So I think it has less sugar. If I think of American style pizzas, the sauce, the tomato sauce, is very sugary. So it's not healthy. Okay, that's a really good start. Now, Edward says the best food is Colombian food. Okay, right. I think it's now time we have a good think about continent food. We've got Colombia in South America. Now, when I think of Colombian food, the first food I think of is arepas. And I do like arepas. And Chilean food, and Peruvian food, like chivas. Alejandro says the American food is easier that cook than Italian. Really close, Alejandra. American food is easier to cook than Italian. I think it depends sometimes. Sometimes. Like pasta is easy. I mean, it's everyone should know how to cook pasta. It's like cooking eggs. These are the basics that everyone needs to know. Now, when we talk about South American food, actually, you guys in the chat section, let me know which type of food do you think is nicer, has more flavor? Okay, so which is nicer? Which has more flavor, more spice, maybe South American food or European food. I mean, look, for me, I would say okay. When you really like something, you can say, I have a soft spot for something. I have a soft spot for something. Okay. And this means you really like something. Now, I have a soft spot for Italian food. And that is because my stomach likes Italian food. I don't need to worry. But when I think of flavor, I think that's a difficult one. Let me know in the live chat, guys. When you think of flavor, what type of food do you think of? Alejandro says, for me, Peruvian food is now here you're using a superlative best, the best, because it is spicier. Okay, so I like the fact you use spicier, but don't forget it is spicier. Yeah, I think Peruvian food is spicier than Italian food. Irana, hello Irana, says, for me, European cuisine has far more flavor. It's interesting. I think it depends because there is spice, and I don't know about spice. I like spices, but I sometimes think if you have too much spice, does it become harder to taste the other flavors? For example, Erdogan says Turkish food is more now because it's spice. You don't need more spicier, just spicier. Okay, Erdogan, just spicier, no more. Spicier. So Turkish food is spicier than European food. Yes, Erdogan, I would agree with you. LVS.com says Mexican food is, again, you don't need more spicier, just spicier, because it's a short one. So if you add ER, just spicier. You don't need more. So Mexican food is spicier than Colombian food. So don't forget, spicier than something, okay? Spicier than. When you make a comparison, you have the comparison than. So spicier than Mexican food, for example. Edward 8 says Indian food. If you want to use the noun spice, then you have to say it has more spice. So that's an important one to know. If you're trying to use it in terms of the adjective or the noun. So spice is the noun. You then have spicy, okay, which is the adjective. So if you use the adjective, you say it is spicier. If you use the noun, then you have to say it has more spice. And that's important to know, okay? So you need to know if you're using the noun or the adjective, because that's going to make a difference. Maria says, I think spices from Peru is better than other countries, plural here, Maria. It's an interesting one. I mean, when I was in Peru, I was amazed by the flavor. When you have a lot of flavor, let me think, what's a really good word to use? I would say, yeah, I think I would use this word actually. Abundant. It has an abundant of flavor. Okay. Now, abundant means a lot. Abundant. Okay, means a lot. Now, Peruvian food has an abundant of flavor. It's always exciting when you eat. And I have to say, the wine in Peru is really good. I really liked it. Irana says, I have a soft spot, well done, for meat dishes. And in Europe, they are really diverse. Good word, diverse, yes. Really different, yes, it is. I mean, look, Spanish food is, you've got so many different types. It's a rich country of food, just like Italy, just like France. We can't forget Portugal either. I know people don't think of Britain, but really everyone needs to try British food at some point. You've got Yorkshire puddings, you've got sausages and mashed potato, you have baked beans on toast, and you have an English breakfast. Okay, it's not quite Italian or anything, but it's good stuff. Maria says Indian spice is more now strong. Strong is the adjective, so you have to say stronger. Okay, stronger than other countries. Okay, you're using the plural here, Maria. Countries. Okay, sorry, countries. I misspelled countries. Sorry. Okay, you need the plural. But yes, Indian spice is really strong. And I have to say, the strongest chili I have ever tried was an Indian chili. I think it was a green chili. And it was, when something is really strong and you eat it, it knocks you out. I mean, when I tried it, it was like really hot. Christina says Indian food is spicier than Mexican food. Christina, really well done. Well done for using spicier. Good stuff. Just remember, you need than. So spicier than something, okay? So you need than, not that. Alejandro says, can I say the Mexican food is tastier than American? Yes, you don't need the article, but you can say Mexican food is tastier than American. That is fine. And I agree. But Mexican food is really spicy. I think Mexican food is much, much spicier than American. And if you want to use that, you can use much. Okay, so much spicier. Okay, much stronger. Okay, than something else. I think, what other sort of food that's really interesting? Greek. We haven't mentioned Greek food. Now, if you are in the Mediterranean and, okay, whenever lockdown is over, if there's one country you should go to try food, you need to go to Greece. Greece has, again, it's an incredible place for food. And really just what we would say when something's really good, you can say this, top notch. Okay, something is top notch, so that's really good. Okay, so top notch. There's a silent T, so don't worry about the T there, but something's top notch, okay? Really good. It's top notch. Okay, guys, great. Well, I think we've had a really good conversation about food. If you like, we can always talk about drinks as well, or we can ask. We can change topic. I'll let you guys. Maybe you want to ask me a question. Maybe you want my opinion on something. Um, if you want to know what the best, which are the really nice dishes in Malta, I would say, for instance, okay, rabbit. Rabbit is it's a local dish, and that is nice. Pastizzis, yeah, they're nice, but I think, what's a? I don't know really. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, you also have something called timpana, but it's usually Italian-based food. Drinks wise, um, well, I don't know really. Feel free to ask me. Ask me a question, guys, and I will see if I can answer. I will see if I can answer it. Evelina, do you like Italian wine? Yes, I do. Evelina, I certainly do like Italian wine. I actually just love wine in general. Um, I have my I would say, if I think about Italian wine, I would say this. Okay. Um, okay, Sicily is an incredible place for wine, as is the Veneto region, Puglia. Um, the okay, you've got the Cante region in Tuscany, but I think my favorite, I would say, what are the best grapes? Okay, Valpolicella. Okay, I think Valpolicella is. mm, I think Valpolicella most of the time for me is nicer than other wines from other parts of Italy. But that's because I like a certain type of wine. I like from the Valpolicella area. I like something called Valpolicella Rapasso, and that's made with like the Corvina grape, and it's just brilliant. Um, LVS Com, what city do you prefer between Sliema and Marsescala? For me, I would say Sliema, and it's because of a really lazy reason. It's because Sliema is closer. That's the reason why I prefer it. It's closer. Sorry, I can't give a really good reason. Um, Alejandra says, "Do you prefer the Argent?" Ah, Alejandra. Okay, look, Argentinian wine is fantastic. When I think about which one is better, I can't say Argentinian wine is better than Italian wine, but what I can say is, because Italian wine, you've got so many different types of Italian wine, I think it's an unfair comparison. Okay, I could compare for instance, I could compare the wine in Mendoza to a specific region in Italy, and I might say, for instance, I think the quality of wine produced in Mendoza is better than the wine that is produced in a place called, let's say, Emilia Romagna. Now, I don't mean that because I haven't actually tested it, but I would have to test. You know what, Alejandra? I need to do an Argentinian and Italian wine tasting, and then I can answer that question. Maria says, Richard, do you eat frog? No, I don't eat frog. I have never tried frog, actually. No, I have been told that it tastes a little bit like fish, but I don't know. I've never tried it. Evelina says, I live in Sicily. The wine is very good. Sicilian wine is brilliant. Nero di Avola is a really just top-notch grape, really. Maria says, oh, yes, you answered that question twice. Erdogan says, "What food do you like, Richard, or which countries?" Okay, I see what you're asking. I would say, I mean, I like a wide range of food. Um, I know Turkish food is nice. I actually want to try Turkish pizza. I've heard a lot about the Turkish pizza. Um, Oriental food, I love Thai. I think Thai curry is really good. Japanese food. I like some aspects of Japanese food. I know that some parts of Japan are supposed to be incredible for food. So it's on my list. Put it this way, Japan is a food country that is on my list. Um, where else? Australia, by the way, if any of you go to Australia, Australia is a fantastic place for food as well, because you have so many different cultures that come together. Edward says wine from Chile is superb. I mean, look, Chilean wine is brilliant. Georgia asks, "Have you ever been? Have you ever been to Italy? To Italy? If the question was, have I ever lived in Italy? Yes. Have you ever been to Italy? Also, yes. So I have been and I've lived in Italy, and I really like Italy. My favorite city in the world is actually Firenze. That's my favorite city. Um, I've also have to say one of my there's some really nice parts of Italy. I do like the Dolomites a lot because I love skiing as well. Um, let's see. Irena says, "Are you more an adventurous eater or an adventurous eater?" Unfortunately, I have to. I see what you mean. Are you an adventurous eat? You would have to say, "Are you a more adventurous eater or an unadventurous eater?" I would say usually go with the positive first, then the negative. Um, I have to be unadventurous because I'm allergic to a few things, so I can't be as adventurous as I would like. Christina says, asks, "Do you prefer the beer or wine?" Okay, I don't need the, but yes, do you prefer beer or wine? Wine. I do like beer a lot, and the type of beer I like is actually a type of beer called ale. So I think ale is better than lager. Now, to give you an idea, um, Heineken is a lager, so it's very gassy. And if you have something in Malta called a Blue Label, okay, that's Blue Label is an ale. Now, Belgium is a great place for ales, so is the UK, and I prefer ale. The reason being is that there's more flavor than lager, and it's less gassy because lager is very gassy. When I say gassy, I'm talking about bubbles, because lager is very bubbly. But between beer and wine, I prefer wine. Um, Georgia, yes, I have been in Italy. No, sorry, I've been to Italy. I think I've answered that one. Yes, I've answered that. Alejandra asks, "Do you prefer to live here or in England? Do you prefer to live here or England?" Really good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question normally. I think at the moment here, because the weather is better. I mean, okay, I have family in the UK, and I do miss the UK in many ways because that's where I grew up. But Malta has a lot of positives. I mean, let's be honest. You've got the sea, you've got the sun, and it's easy to meet people and easy to socialize. And during a lockdown, I think Malta is probably a nicer place to be locked down than certain parts of the UK. That's the other thing. I mean, England is a bigger country. England is a bigger country than Malta. So if you're in the countryside in England, that can be quite nice. Maria says, when you were, okay, when you were. So when pronoun were, when you were. in Peru, which kind of food did you like? Okay, which kind of food did you like? I can't remember the names of the dishes. I thought the meat dishes were really nice. I tried ceviche and it was delicious, but it was too acidic for my stomach. Maria Rojas asks, what kind is your favorite wine? What kind of wine is your favorite? Okay. What kind of wine is your favorite? Actually, what is your favorite kind of wine? Actually, what is your favorite? Yes, what is your favorite kind of wine? Good question. What's my favorite kind of wine? Okay, guys, I'm going to be honest. I love a wide range of wines. I have a soft spot though for French Bordeaux, in particular this. Okay, this I'm going to tell you guys what my favorite wine in the world is. It's not. It's an expensive wine, but it's my favorite wine in the world. Um, it's a Bordeaux wine, and it's called Chateau Langebage. That's my favorite wine in the world. It's a Bordeaux wine from France. Um, but I think it depends what I'm eating as well. For instance, I love German wine. Now, German wine is sweeter than most other wines, and it goes really well with spicy food. So if you have a spicy food, if you have a wine that is a bit sweet, it goes nicely. Alejandro says, in England, the food is cheaper than in Malta. No. England is really expensive. England is an expensive place to live. And London is, it's so expensive, it's on another planet. Let's put it that way. Arena asks, if you choose between teaching and cooking pizza, what would you do with great pleasure? Okay, I see what your question is. I prefer teaching, but I do enjoy. But you know what it is? I really like cooking pizza, but I like cooking pizza where I am still going to eat the pizza. I mean, I like cooking pizza for other people and with friends, but I would not want my job to be cooking pizza because I would be making pizza and I wouldn't be able to eat it. So no, I prefer teaching. Maria asks, is dry sweet or semi-dry? Oh, if you're talking about wine with spicy food, I would say semi-dry. Semi-dry wine, which is a bit sweet, can go nicely with spicy food. A grape, by the way, that goes really nicely is this. It's called Riesling. It's German. Riesling. Riesling is a really good grape, and it can go really well with spicy food. Georgia says London is too expensive. Yes, it is too expensive. It's really annoying. Okay, guys, over to you. I'm going to ask you some questions now. What do you prefer? Red wine or white wine? And more importantly, wine. Why? Sorry. So, what do you prefer? Red wine or white wine? And why? And my second question would be, what do you what do you prefer to, let's see, I think of another question to do with food. Actually, hot drinks. What hot drink do you prefer and why? Okay, so the why is important because that's where you make the comparison. Alejandro says, when you were in, asks, when you were in Latin America, did you notice that food is cheaper than in Europe? Excellent question, Alejandra. Perfect, grammatically perfect. Yes, and I would say it was much, much, much cheaper. Much cheaper. It was far less expensive, so it was much cheaper. I could also say it was far less expensive as well. I mean, in Argentina, what was it? Maybe a 300-gram steak plus a bottle of wine. And I think that came to about 12 euros. It was incredible. Evelina says, I prefer with fish white wine for meat and so I prefer white wine with fish. So first the wine, then the food. So I prefer white wine with fish and red wine with meat. So first, that's a good one. First wine, then food when you're making the comparison. Sorry, when making the sentence. Maria says, I prefer white wine because don't forget, I don't like to color my teeth. Okay, I see what you mean. I don't like to color my teeth. Yep, that's understandable. Alejandro says, I prefer the white wine than. Don't forget than, guys. It's not that. It's than red because it is healthier. It is healthier. But good use of the adjective there, Alejandra. Georgia says, white wine with good fish. About hot drink, I prefer mojito. Mojito? Can you get a hot mojito? I've never tried a hot mojito before. Arina says, I have a soft spot for white wine. For me, it is lighter. That's a good comparison. Yeah, it is lighter. I agree. I think it is lighter. My favorite white wine. Oh, what is my favorite white wine? Okay, I'm not going to go for a really expensive one, but I am going to go within a... Okay. I'm going to tell you what my favorite white wine is from New Zealand, because you can find it in Malta. It is a little bit expensive, but I will tell you anyway. Now, I'm very lucky because I have been to New Zealand. Now, the wine from New Zealand is called Grey Wacky. Grey Wacky. And the Sauvignon Blanc is really nice. Edward says, fruits are cheaper in Colombia than Malta. Yes, definitely. And I would say the fruit in Colombia is much nicer as well. The pineapple in South America is brilliant. Alejandro says, all is cheaper in everything. Everything is cheaper, not all. Everything is cheaper in Colombia than here. That's true. Maria says, in South America, we have mojitos. Yes. Erdogan says, I prefer red wine than white wine. Than white wine, okay? When I drink after I get pain in my head. Okay, yes, you're talking about a headache there. So you're saying, Erdogan, that white wine gives you a headache. White wine gives you a headache. Christina says, why fish is expensive in Malta than Europe? Why is fish more expensive in Malta than the rest of Europe? I think that is your question. The answer, I don't know. I do not know. Okay, guys, really well done. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So subscribe and like the video and share the video with people that you know would like the video. Christina Van, yes, well done. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow at the same time with another video. Evelina says, you can try Grillo is white wine. It's white Sicilian wine. It is white Sicilian wine. It's white Sicilian wine. So adjective, adjective. So adjective, adjective, noun. Okay? White Sicilian wine. Adjective, adjective, wine. Noun in that sense. Yes. Okay, Georgia says, thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Georgia. Thank you for watching. Evelina says, bye, see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Erdogan says, thanks, Richard. I enjoyed this lesson. I'm very happy to see that. Evelina, okay. Erlina says, thank you for interesting lesson. You're welcome, guys. I'm very happy you enjoyed the lesson. LVS Com says, lovely lesson, Richard. Thanks. You are welcome. Maria says, thank you, Richard. It was very interesting. Bye. You're welcome, guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, 4 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of the day and bye for now. You too, Edward.